Hi everybody, Andrew here from ProStatus Financial Advisors Group. So with 2021 coming to a close within the next couple months, there were just a couple of topics that I wanted to bring up. So for those of you who have qualified accounts, and what I mean by a qualified account, I'm talking about your IRAs or your 401ks, your 403bs, any type of tax deferred account that you've been making contributions and saving for your retirement all these years without having to pay any taxes. Well, the government, the IRS, is basically stating that when you turn 72, you have to take what's called a required minimum distribution, or an RMD. These RMDs are taxed as ordinary income in your tax return. So when you turn 72 and you're about to take your first RMD, the deadline for your first RMD is April 1st of the year after you turn 72. Every year after that, the deadline is December the 31st. Just be mindful that if you decide to wait till April 1st of the year after you're 72 to take your first RMD, you're gonna have to take two RMDs for that particular year. So because you're paying ordinary income tax on these RMDs, if you, for some reason or another, do not take the full amount that you're supposed to take, or do not take it whatsoever, you could be penalized up to 50% of that amount that should have been taken, and you're still going to be paying taxes on that. So please be mindful to make sure that you are taking the full amount that you need each year. Now, because you can be penalized if you do make a mistake and you do not take the full distribution, the IRS can be actually somewhat lenient for those who are first-time offenders. If you're one of these type of people that makes this offense year in, year out, you know what, they're going to penalize you. But if you're a first-time offender, you could fill out a form called a 5329 and include a letter of explanation on why you weren't able to take the full distribution. Most of the times, I've never actually seen any time where, if it's a one-time offender, where the IRS has denied this penalty being waived. So just be mindful that you can do it if you, for some reason or another, do not take the full amount. Now, another thing that I also wanted to make sure that you guys are aware of, for those of you who like to make charitable contributions, well, you know what? You could take those RMDs and do what's called a QCD, or a qualified charitable distribution, to whatever qualified charity of your choice. This can come directly from your custodian bank and be payable directly to that qualified charity. Because if you do that, that is not going to be considered as taxable income on your tax return. So that's pretty important for those of you who have like a high net wealth and are trying to reduce your tax burden. Now, another thing that I also wanted to bring up was the fact of Roth conversions. So I'm sure you probably have heard us talk about it on the radio, or maybe you talked to your advisor here in the office. But with Roth conversions, we're stating that right now, because of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, we're in some of the historically lowest tax brackets ever, and the tax brackets are even wider than they ever been in the past. So why not, does it make sense to take money from these tax deferred accounts now, pay ordinary income on the amount that you're taking, move it, convert it to a Roth account where it becomes tax-free income? So we have now 5 years to be able to spread out this tax burden, because honestly, in 2025, I believe that after that, our tax brackets are going to change. They're going to revert back to the days of Obama, if not worse. So why not take advantage of being able to take money from these tax deferred accounts, pay tax now while the tax brackets are lower, then waiting till whenever you do turn 72 and you are being forced to take these RMDs, and who knows what the tax brackets are going to be at that point in time. So because we have 5 more years before 2025 is over with, let's do it now. Let's spread out the tax burden. We're trying to keep you basically within the same marginal tax bracket, but we want to be able to move the maximum amount that we can each year, so that when it does come time for your retirement, you'll have less and less taxes to pay. So I just wanted to bring up these two facts. Please give us a call at the office if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.